The home stretch begins in this final week of CCL play. The Saints are continuing to push for that wild card spot, having won 7 of their last 10 and flipping the script on what was a slow start, but all roads lead to the Riptide. Having already clinched their postseason spot, Orange County will face Arroyo Seco 3 times in these last 7 days, and they could stifle Arroyo Seco's postseason push. It's the Saints, it's the Riptide, it's Tuesday evening baseball. Welcome everyone to Great Park here in Irvine. I'm Dylan Chesere alongside my colorman Riley Horn. Riley, the Saints, they've just been on a tear recently. They're playing their best baseball when it matters most. What have they been doing well, and what can they continue to do tonight?
Yeah, it's been 7 wins in the past 10 games for Arroyo Seco, and the key has been in that pitching staff. The pitching was not too sharp in the month of June, but come the month of July, things have really turned around. Getting good quality starts from some of their starters, going 5-6 innings of scoreless baseball, and then the bullpen comes in and is absolutely lights out and rock solid. The offense has been doing its part as well. It's been complimentary baseball on both sides, and it's been great to see.
Saints will have to bring it here tonight versus the OC Riptide, who are second in the South, but technically first with the Foresters not going to the CCL playoffs. So they're also playing to clinch that #1 spot, battling with Conejo, who haven't clinched a playoff spot yet, but will most likely get one. Saints are 2.5 games back of the Barons, and let's go through this lineup right now for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Leading things off, Braden Flores at short, Evan Ryder in left field will be 2. Then batting third, Sean Asperger, the third baseman. Then 4, 5, 6 will be Brandon Wynn, Cannon King, and Cam Andrews. Then 7, 8, 9, Dylan Immel, Owen Mangini, and Brody Cheer to face off against Liam Thatcher, the right-hander for OC. Flores in the box and ready. First pitch high. And we're starting now. 5:01 first pitch, 1 minute past the scheduled time. Sunny, lovely here in Irvine at this great complex at Great Park. High again from Liam Thatcher.
Yeah, Thatcher definitely your power pitcher type of guy up on the mound. 11 1/3 innings so far this summer with 14 strikeouts, 9 hits allowed, but only 1 earned run. A 1-0 record with just 1 other start so far this summer with a 0.79 ERA.
Flores towards the second baseman, back foot over to first. Heck of a play, Connor Barth right there, making it happen for that first out.
Yeah, very impressive. Going to the backhand against all his momentum, getting that throw over in time. But a good swing there by Braden Flores, going up the middle. Just a good play from Connor Barth.
That brings up Evan Ryder, playing in left field today. Team leader in many categories, average one of them. Looking to continue this hot season. First pitch just outside to Ryder. Going over the Orange County defense, left to right the outfield, Rita Montgomery, Alex Dolan, and Bradley Navarro. Then around the horn on the infield, Ryan Castro, Brock Folds, Connor Barth, Thomas Cernius. Catching will be Ian Nguyen. And of course, pitching for them, Liam Thatcher, is now even 1-1. Leaves it upstairs, 2-1 now. And Evan Ryder riding a hitting streak of 23 games. Ever since game 1 of the season versus the Waves, where he didn't get a hit, he's really flipped the script. That one fouled off the pole. Loud contact now on 2 strikes. And something to do here in Orange County is beer batter. And if a batter has 2 strikes and then they get the strikeout, what was it, $1 off beer?
$1 off beer per strikeout of the beer batter. So if Evan Ryder strikes out, it'll be $1 off for the rest of this half inning.
Not a bad deal. Thatcher upstairs. We go full. Second batter of this first inning. Three, 2, 1 out on Evan Ryder. Thatcher will step off after a long pause. Thatcher pitching to his former team, an Arroyo Seco Saint last season. 2025, played in Pasadena. 3-2. Outside, Evan Ryder leaves it, and he'll be on base with the walk.
Yeah, Thatcher, a late arrival to last summer with Arroyo Seco. Didn't get a whole lot of action last year as well. And, again, not a whole lot of action so far with the Riptide, but he's doing great stuff for them in the time that he's got.
Yeah, looking for a new home as well. Played at East Tennessee State last season, Glendale College before. Now up Sean Asperger in the 3-hole. Swings through that first pitch, high and outside. I think if you're looking at stories of the season, for me, Sean Asperger has to be up there. I mean, start of the season, batting around 166 through the first 30 at-bats, but since All-Star break, he's been batting almost 400. And the strikeouts are down. He's only struck out 2 times in the second part of the season. Now one outside. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, he's been a guy that has helped propel this offense to winning so many games so far this month. I mean, we've mentioned it already. 7 of their last 10. They've been really hot in the month of July. Asperger been this hard of the order, the 3 and 4 spots, and he's helped propel the Saints to have this much success.
In for a strike. Count goes 1-2. And a guy that, you know, it was kind of questioned if he would get the same volume of Zach Lay arriving and then a lot of other guys on this infield. But he stood tall. He's taken the challenge at playing third, and he's done it well. He had to keep his bat in the lineup as well. Takes that one downstairs. Count goes even at 2.
And he's a guy that gets on base by any means necessary as well. He's got a great eye, stays very patient, got an incredible on-base percentage. He'll take walks, he'll take hits, he'll get hit by the pitch even. He just finds a way to get on base.
2-2. Asperger up the middle, over to the second baseman. Flip to second, over to first. Not in time, so fielder's choice. Asperger will reach, but the lead runner and Ryder is cut down by Connor Barth to Brock Folds.
Yeah, 2-strike swing there from Asperger. Just getting the ball in play. Could have been a double play ball. Good turn by Barth and Folds up the middle, but Asperger, great job hustling down the line, breaking up that double play, not ending the inning.
Bring up the 4-hole hitter and Brandon Wynn. Ready to go. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. Only had 2 games this entire season for Wynn, and it's been a young season for Brandon Wynn, but 2 games with no hits. He's 3 for his last 9, 3 RBIs in those 9 at-bats. 11 games this entire season, 12 RBIs on the season. He's already up there, and I think about the top 5, maybe top 3 of Saints players in for a strike, bottom of the zone.
Yeah, he's a guy, like you mentioned, a little bit of a later arrival to the summer for the Saints. Came in, made an immediate impact. 3 home runs in his first couple of weeks with Arroyo Seco. Got up there in terms of the team leads, but since then the power's dropped off a little bit, and he's in a little bit of a funk, but it's nothing he can't break. We know he's a very capable bat, especially in the middle of this order.
Fastball way high. Gets Ian to win. Jumping out of his catcher's position. The count is 1-2. Asperger standing on first with 2 outs. Reach via fielder's choice. Able to leg out and be a double play. To home. Win. Swings through. And he's down. Saints don't get anything here. They'll go to the bottom of the first. Riptide ready to hit.
Sit down.
Do I sound weird in your ear? Like, dude, I'm tripping maybe.
Oh, you don't sound weird?
Now we're good then. Whatever. I trust the process, I guess. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes. Omaha. Omaha.
He's a,
Omaha.
she's a
Omaha.
cute golden as well. Omaha's a good name.
Omaha's a great name.
Omaha's
for
a really
dog.
good name. Bottom of the first here in Orange County. We'll go over the Riptide's lineup. Bradley Navarro leading things off, then Brock Foles will go after, then Alonzo Reyes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ryan Castro, then Connor Barth and Thomas Cernius. Then at the bottom of the lineup, the final third, Ian Nguyen, Reed Montgomery, and Alex Dolan. And on the bump, they'll be facing Daniel Vergara, making his first start of the season.
Yeah, Vergara, a guy with 4 other appearances, and he's got one of the lowest ERAs in the entire pitching staff. Below 1 at .93 ERA through 9 2/3 innings. Just 6 hits and 1 earned run given up with 2 strikeouts to go along with it.
And we talked about, in the pregame, the pitching really locking in, and the bullpen especially. And this has been a guy that's been the staple of the bullpen, coming in for long appearances. Had a 5-inning performance in a win earlier this season. No runs, 2 hits. Just great stuff from Vergara, and he's not going to blow you away with anything, but you get the ball in play and have the defense working. First strike of the at-bat to Bradley Navarro. Returned last week to Orange County. Last year was a Riptide. Led the team in hits, walks, and average. And since coming back to Orange County, he's been slotted immediately into the lineup.
Yeah, last year the leadoff guy as well, and that's part of the reason why he led the team in so many of those offensive categories. A really strong bat. Like you mentioned, only 4 games played this summer for the Riptide for Navarro, and we talk a lot about walk-up songs on the Saints streaming network. He's kept his same walk-up song from last year,
Really?
Kids by MGMT.
That one lands in right field, a base hit for Navarro. And he gets on like he did all last year and has begun to do since he's returned this year. So from Navarro, they'll go to Brock Foles, the shortstop in the 2-hole. So single from Navarro. Now time for Brock Foles, the shortstop. Going into sophomore year out Mount Sac. And first strike. Hit around 330, 329 to be exact last year for Mount Sac. 2 home runs, 21 RBIs, stole a couple bags as well. Oh, 1 runner goes. That one fouled off. Just out of our reach and out of the stadium. I don't know if I've talked about this with you, but have you gone close to ever catching a foul ball?
I got one the other day.
No way.
Didn't catch it, but it came straight back. It was Sunday. It came straight back,
Yeah.
hit off our tents in the press
Yeah.
booth, hit off the bleachers behind us, and rolled right to my feet. I got really excited.
That's divine
I'll show you the
intervention
clip.
to
It
get
was-
you the.
It was awesome.
Who are you with?
Nick.
Nick Jepson?
Yes, sir.
Riley Horn and Nick Jepson, a star-studded team. Vergara striking out Folds. That's the first out of the inning for the righty. Brings up the UC Irvine man, Alonzo Reyes. This is a guy that has just been playing back-to-back years, 40-plus games for Irvine. Great bat to have in this 3-hole. Checks on first. Vergara. Close, but not in time.
Yeah, Ray is a middle-of-the-lineup bat, lefty side, good amount of pop. And he's been doing a good job this summer as well as last summer. He gets a lot of action. He's one of the most consistent guys we've seen.
Runner goes, throw down to second, into the outfield. Runner will stick at second, no advance to third. Ball is misplayed by Brady Cheer in center, or Brody Cheer, my apologies. So now a runner 90 feet away. That's just a wild throw from Andrews.
Yeah, tough pitch to kind of come around and get out to center field, or second base rather, that sails into center field. And then Brody Cheer came in on it and pulled his eyes up just a split second too early, and then it ended up kicking off his glove and skipping away from him, allowing Navarro to advance up to third.
Different situation now for Reyes with a runner 90 feet away. Andrews blocks that into the dirt. Some of the first real trouble that Vergara has faced all season long. You talked about the ERA being as low as it is. Hasn't been in many of these situations, been able to pitch through most. I'll deal something early here. And those first inning struggles that the Saints have been notorious for having on the pitching side, haven't been a thing as of late. It's a big swing and a miss right there, bring the count to 2-1. Starting pitching has been successful, like you said. Bullpen's been backing them up as well, but early. Our apologies there. Technical difficulties on that last play, but a fly out to left field gave Vergara that second out. So Reyes goes down via fly out. Now Ryan Castro, the UNLV man, up to bat. Fastball high, 1-0.
And we got our first appearance from Omaha the Bat Dog as well, who I'm sure we'll be talking about numerous times on tonight's broadcast. The Bat Dog here for the OC Riptide. I'm sure those of you at home have seen clips of bats or of dogs being used to retrieve bats. Omaha, one of those dogs, very cute retriever over in that third base dugout, comes out, snags a couple of these hitters' bats. Just adorable.
Oh, that's an awesome dog. I mean, when I got here into the top near the press box, got to meet her, 3.5-year-old rescue. And her handler said that she's the only female bat dog west of the Mississippi.
There you go.
Now went in first strike. 2-1. It's pretty awesome to see the bat dogs, though. They were saying that doesn't come out for every single player. Some of the players don't like having the bat retrieved by the dog. I mean, if I was coming up and I can get the bat from the dog, I would be thrilled. Over to Braden Flores. Charging, fields it. Great play from Flo. Saints get out of it. Runner 90 feet away, does not cross as Omaha takes the bat. Will take us to break. Going to the second. Top of the second here. 0-0 ball game. Due up for the Saints will be Cannon King, Cam Andrews, and Dylan Immel. Unfortunately, don't get to hear Cannon King's walk-up song. I know you're upset about that.
Yeah, big fan of that
Sure
one.
you thought about it on the bus. I mean,
I was on my way over, and I was like, man, we don't get to hear any of our guys' walk-up songs.
especially
which was disappointing. But
yeah.
we get to hear the other teams, which is nice because you get a little mix it up. You know, so many songs
pretty,
out there.
Pretty fresh, yeah.
Yeah, you get a little change of scenery.
4 Saints batters came up last inning. Weren't able to get any across. None went into scoring position either, and Cannon King now up, leading things off. CCL hitter of the week as well. I mean, heck of a campaign he's putting on. Put himself in first outright in the whole CCL in home runs.
Yeah, 6th home run a couple days ago. And, yeah, Saints swept the CCL Weekly Awards. Joe Regan winning the CCL Pitcher of the Week. Cannon King, the Hitter of the Week. After a couple of home runs throughout the stretch, handful of RBIs, runs scored, extra base hits. Hit 545 throughout the week. Just an absolute slugger at the dead center of the Saints lineup.
Now went in for a strike. Count goes 2-1. And yeah, the 187 OPS, 1.870. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's just fantastic from Cannon King. Season begins. He was on such a hot streak. Hit 2 home runs pretty quickly in the beginning of the season, then kind of middle part of the season. Saw a bit less playing time, but he's found his stride again, and I mean, you just can't think of a Saints lineup without Cannon King around this 5-hole. 3-1 count. Thatcher to King. King over to right center. That one gets down. Over to the right center fence. King rounds first, going to second. He'll round second, go to third. Ball died as it got to the warning track. King, stand-up triple. The hitter of the week last week and starting this week off right. A triple to lead things off in the second.
I mean, the hot stays hot, and Cannon King's bat is absolutely on fire right now. This Saints lineup 1 through 9 is just working so well as of right now in this middle portion. Guys like Sean Asperger, Cannon King especially, and other guys, things are just going right for them, and Cannon King continues that.
Now up Cam Andrews. 3-game hitting streak he's riding. Playing some of his best baseball right now. You can say that about almost all of these Saints guys. And it was a situation where Arroyo Seco was 1.8 games below 500. Really struggling, losing games that, in their minds they shouldn't be dropping, but they've turned it around. They've been playing great baseball as of late. 7 wins in their last 10. So 7-3 record in those last 10 games. On a winning streak as well, 2 games. Andrew swings through that one, it's 0-2. Andrews leaves that one outside. King sizing up that one, seeing if it gets in the dirt. On third, but 106-mile-per-hour laser to right center that gave him all those feet. One, two. That one, strike 3 called. King backwards K, strikes out looking, and Thatcher, second one of the afternoon.
Yeah, but that's the good part about having a leadoff triple is that you still have another opportunity to go get that run in. I mean, you still obviously have 2 more with just 1 out.
In those games. Immel fouls off another one, it's 0-2. Immel, swing and a miss, drop 3. Throw it over to first. Wait in time, that's out number 2. And a strikeout on Dylan Immel. Back-to-back Ks for Liam Thatcher, the righty. Up to 3 on this young afternoon. First baseman now, Owen Mangini up to bat. Now a new teammate with Joe O'Regan recently committed to University of Nevada, Reno. Mangini was already there. Swing through that first one. And when Mangini comes up, sometimes the surefire bet that first swing will be a hack and a half. Fouls that one back. I mean, when he gets a great swing on it, ball just pops off Mangini's bat. But it's been the contact that's been here or there for Mangini. 0-2, 2 outs. Runner 90 feet away. The leadoff man and King got on via the triple. Curveball, top of the zone, dotted perfectly. So despite the runner 90 feet away, the Saints can't bring him home. Riptide get out of the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the frame. Bottom of the second, Saints had a runner at third, couldn't bring him home. Now it's the Riptide's turn. Had trouble in the base paths, also had a runner at third. They couldn't bring him home. So 90 feet away has not been successful for either team. Connor Barth will lead things off and go to Thomas Cernius, then Ian Nguyen. So it will be 5, 6, and 7 due up for Orange County. And Vergara saw 4 batters in that first inning. Able to get a strikeout out of those 4 as well. Inside fastball for a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, we kind of suspected this coming into today with ERAs both below 1 for both starting pitchers, that it was going to be a bit of a pitcher's duel. And so far tonight, both these guys have really dialed it in when it absolutely matters.
Line upstairs again. Count is 2-0. That first inning did see some movement in that Riptide bullpen, but whenever there's movement early in the game, it's got to think of just some warm-ups they're getting in just to start things off. Maybe we'll see them later in this competition. 3 straight balls to start off the at-bat and the inning from Vergara. Again, Vergara hasn't been a starter this season, has been a long relief guy, usually following Segovia on these Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but getting the ball to start things off this game. Shows bunt. In for a strike. It's 3-1 to Barth. It does make some sense of Segovia giving up 5 runs in those outings where Vergara followed him. It's been that bullpen that's saved Segovia. Count goes full now on the first batter in Barth.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about these guys locking in when it matters, both with runners on third base, and they both got out of it in that first inning. But then now Vergara falling behind 3-0 and getting 2 back.
Now one out to right field. King has a beat. Didn't have to move much. Struck well. Didn't land. That's out number 1.
And there you go. Falling behind 3-0 Vergara, and then gets 2 back, and then gets a line out. I mean, a well-struck ball there by Barth, but just right at Cannon King out in right field. And it's what you look for in your pitcher, to dial it in, get in the zone, find your strikes, and go get your outs.
Now I'll bring up Thomas Cernius, the first baseman. Princeton man. That's on the resume. In for a strike, it's 0-1. Played 39 games, started in all those 39 games for Princeton. 308 average, 5 home runs, swings his way through that one. He's down 0-2. I think the best part about it all, playing some good ball, but also gets to go to that accredited university.
Absolutely. Puts the student in student athlete.
Love that. 0-2 bounces way before it gets home. Count goes 1-2 now. Cernius' father as well. Played football at Cal Berkeley. So athletes in the family. His father, Robert. One, 2, 1 out. Vergara fouled off. Cernius off his own ankle. He's okay. Count remains at 1-2. Vergara started off this inning with 3 straight balls. Battled back of 2 strikes and got a line out. And that is something Vergara does a lot. Not a high strikeout guy, but gets the weak contact. Gets contact that's placed well for his field. Now one high and out, 2-2.
Yeah, he got ahead 0-2 of Cernius, then spiked 1. Now sails that one high and away after a foul ball. Now you dial back in and likely you're going to tunnel that pitch potentially with a backdoor breaking ball, or you go to the fastball and try and get this guy.
Spikes another one. Breaking ball hasn't landed much today for Vergara. Again, mainly a 2-pitch guy. The fastball and that breaker. So that fastball over 60% of the time. So now full count to Thomas Cernius. Into center. Cheer on it. Diving. Makes the play. Heck of a job by Brody Cheer. Makes her at second out.
Yeah, and that's one where, as a starting pitcher, you have a couple loud outs so far in this half inning with the line out to right, now the line out to center, but you got to go tip your cap to your center fielder there, laying out, showing strong effort, and making that grab.
The Saints have had a influx. Is that the word? Don't think so. Have had a lot of outfielders come in that could just play a great glove, especially if the season's gone on. And talk about Wynn, a guy that flashes the leather consistently, and now Cheer. It's a pretty crowded outfield all the way around. You also got guys like Panarisi showing off the cannon time and time again. Speaking of cannon, Cannon King, not too shabby either. 1-0, 2 outs to Nguyen, the catcher for Orange County. Came in mid-season for the Riptide, a Western Kentucky guy, a senior from San Bernardino, California, so east of here. Two-0. Struck and foul. 2-1 goes the count.
Yeah, win a guy, not a whole lot of action so far this summer with the Orange County Riptide. Just 2 games played, but 2 hits and 2 walks as well. So definitely a good on-base guy to have at the bottom portion of this lineup, and now trying to spark something with 2 outs.
The win out to right. King on it towards the foul line. Makes the catch. Vergara sees 1, 2, 3. Gets them all down in order. We'll head to the third. Top of the third, Brody Cheer in the 9-hole leading things off. Then the lineup card will flip over. Braden Flores, then Evan Ryder. Again, versus Liam Thatcher, out for his third inning of work. On last inning, leadoff triple. Giving up 2 Cannon King and then struck out 3 guys in a row. So bear down as well as you could ever do.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what he does so far this summer. Coming into this outing with more strikeouts than innings pitched. I mean, this is a guy who's going to consistently be in the zone and be pretty overpowering.
Cheer, fouled off left. A guy that, I mean, statistically wise and just by the look, could fit into this second leadoff spot in the 9-hole. Has a lot of speed. And Cheer also the 5-game hitting streak, 4 RBIs over that 5-game stretch. So can do a bit of everything. We talked about it before, but will play his college ball at Nebraska next year. Team that was second in the Big Ten Conference in the regular season. Lost in the Big Ten tournament semifinals to Oregon, but still were a fantastic program. And he'll fit right in there.
Yeah, and he was the guy who in the Saints last time out a couple nights ago hit a 2 RBI triple in the 7th inning to give the Saints the biggest lead of the night, one that they would hold throughout the rest of that game, take a 5-3 victory over the Conejo Oaks.
Count is 2-2 now to Cheer. Cheer out to left center field. On the run is a center fielder, and under it is Dolan to make it. Gave it a great run, had it all the way.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about, playing on the road is here at the Great Park Complex in Irvine. It's a really deep yard, 400 to dead center, whereas Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, the home of the Saints, is only about 360 feet. So these outfielders have a lot more room to track, and these balls hit on both sides are going to have to be more into the gaps, deeper, harder hit for them to fall for base hits. We saw that from Cannon King, a 106-mile-an-hour missile for that leadoff triple. But that one off the bat, a Cheer, little too hung up for Alex Dolan with these deep fences. Still a very well-struck ball, but in a yard like this where the outfield is so vast, it's more difficult for those hits to drop.
Braden Flores now to bat. You said it. I mean, pretty deep to center. It's a very symmetrical yard as well. 320 down each line, 360 to the center field gaps, or left center and right center field gaps. 400 to dead. Batter's eye here as well. 2-1 count for Braden Flores. Still sits at fourth in the CCL in RBIs. There was a point where he was first, then moved down to second. Now all the way down to fourth, but still 26 on the season. He continues to shine.
Yeah, leads the team as well, and that's not very easy to do, but it speaks to the depth of this Saints offense in that your leadoff guy leads the team in RBIs. That means you're having a lot of success from that bottom portion of the order to get on base for Flores then to come around and bat in.
Flores walks, reaches for his first time tonight. Coming up will be Evan Ryder with 1 out and a runner at first. Only the second guy Thatcher has walked all afternoon. First guy was this man up to bat, and Evan Ryder. Check to first. Ball gets away from Cernius. Flores rounding second will go to third. He'll make the play going over. Did he dive over it? Yes! Theatric athleticism from Braden Flores. The throw was way in time, but move to the left, shake and bake over the top. Bingo, he's on third.
Yeah, the pickoff throw got away from Cernius. He chased it down the line, picked it up, turned around, and absolutely heaved it across the diamond. And it was a little bit offline. Castro grabbed, tried to apply the tag, but Flores picked it up the entire way and was able to dive off to his left and get out of the range.
So the second runner of this game for the Saints, standing on third, hoping for a different outcome this time. Ryder ahead 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls back. Counts now 1-1. One out, 90 feet away is Flores. Swings way through. High heat, too much for Ryder.
Well, we know he's a bat-to-ball guy, and, you know, there's plenty of opportunity for him just to get a bat on the ball. Basically anywhere on the infield except third base would get this run in, and obviously a fly ball deep enough to the outfield.
Ryder swings through. Strikes out swinging. $1 off beer for all the Riptide fans here at Great Park. And the second out for Thatcher. 5th strikeout of the day.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about it on both sides. These pitchers dialing it in when it really matters. You know, he tries to pick off Flores. Throw goes astray, and Flores gets up to third base, bounces back, and picks up a strikeout of the next batter.
Asperger out to shallow left field. Under it is Montgomery. And again, the runner from third does not score. Saints can't make it happen. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Bottom of the third. Scoreless still in this one. Due up is Reed Montgomery, who made the last out. Had some absolute bangers. What's it, early 2010s?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Hit hard. Straight to Flores. There it is. Over to first. First out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy who comes up. He's in the 8 spot of the order, but he does not perform like an 8-hole hitter. I mean, he's got a .313 average with 10 of his 21 hits being extra base hits. So he's a guy with good power in his bat, and you can see it on display there. Hits a ground ball smoked at Flores, but Flores definitely able to handle it, get the glove on it, and had plenty of time to fire a strike to first.
Flores a second bit of action straight to him. Great snag as well. I mean, gloved it, acted like he kind of found it in the glove. Well, there it is. The threw it over to first for that out. Brings up Alex Dolan now. And we were talking about it a bit. You were pretty excited. Now a St. Mary's man. So we'll be a Gale in the next year.
Yeah, making the Los Angeles Regional in the playoffs. I mean, a team that did incredibly well.
Flores, little hop, popped up right to him, makes another play, so both outs have been to Flores this inning. Lineup card will flip over now to Bradley Navarro. Navarro singled in his first at-bat of the game, ended up stealing a base, and then fully advanced to third on a error in center by Brody Cheer. Take a second for Omaha to get the bat off the field, doing her duties all throughout this third inning. Yeah, you got to think as well, that has to be the ultimate morale booster in the dugout. To have a bat dog in there.
100%. 100%. You know, you got a dog in your dugout, that can only be a positive thing. There's zero negatives to having a dog in your dugout.
That one just low, 2-0. And it kind of reminds me, I mean, did you ever have those events on campus where they just bring in dogs and you can just go there and just go play with them? It kind of reminds me of that.
Dogs. There was a horse.
A horse?
Yep.
Nice.
They had like some like llamas and like alpacas, like petting zoo type stuff.
Yeah, we have a famous llama who has like the most interesting hair of all time.
Really?
And if you go around, I think there's a llama and alpaca farm 20 minutes outside of Eugene. That's why. And there's like 20 of them.
Would make sense.
It's pretty on brand for Eugene, Oregon.
Yes, it does.
2-1. Navarro leaves it high. Ferrara has only struck out one, and he's 2 2/3 of work. But he's forced the contact. That's brought success. 1-2-3 in the second inning. Looking to copy that. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Count goes full now. Vergara home. Now one into center field. Cheer under it comfortably. Vergara has retired the last 6 he's faced. 1, 2, 3 in another inning. We'll head to the 4th.
All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it'll score a run off the glove of Pollock. That will score 2. It's quickly 4-0 top of the first inning for the Oaks. 3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game. It's outside, ball 4. Fisher stumbling off the mound, and the Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2. With the Saints as a pass ball gets away. 5-2 lead for the Oaks. 2-1 offering, that one down the third base. Beltowski will fire that one across. 1 out now, but the runners advance to now be 5-3. back on first and second as they connect again. Carrillo did get a great read on that, and it's over his head. Ground roll double, and this game is tied. The 1-1 offering is connected on. That's in the left field, and that'll do it. The Saints come back down 5-2, and Peter Wirth walks it off.
How about a 4 spot by the Oaks to start things off in the first inning? And how about a 4 spot in the bottom of the ninth for the Saints to end things in the ninth inning? What a game for the Saints.
Into the 4th inning. 0-0 ball game here in Irvine. I'll pass it along to Riley Horn for the next 3.
Thank you, Riley Horn alongside Dylan DeCesare here on the Saints Streaming Network. Calling your action with the visiting Arroyo Seco Saints and the home Orange County Riptide. Brandon Wynn, Cannon King, and Cam Andrews, the 3 due up so far. Or the 3 due up, I guess, in this top of the 4th. So far, Cannon King, the guy on deck with the only hit so far for the Arroyo Seco Saints. That came back in that 2nd inning, a leadoff triple in which he would be stranded at 3rd base. First pitch swinging is Brandon Wynn. He pops it straight up into the Bermuda Triangle, but making the call and the catch is Alex Dolan, 1 down.
I don't mind the aggressive approach there from Wynn. I think it'll be something that the Saints could kind of see in this second time through the order. Be aggressive, try to get this guy on the first pitch fastball, but just under that, I mean, he'll want that one back.
And I love the aggressive approach considering the fact that we've been through 3 innings of Saints offense so far, 9 outs, 5 of which have been strikeouts. So you don't want to go deep into those counts, let Thatcher work the zone, and then go down on K's. I mean, that's exactly what he does. He's now up to 19 strikeouts on the summer so far through just 14 and now 2/3 innings. So he's a power pitcher.
Great numbers from him as well. I mean, and that fastball, I mean, it's in those low 90s, but the movement on it, he utilizes it so well. Laid off of that curveball that he can land consistently for a strike. Pretty deadly duo.
Cannon King fouls off the 1-0. It's 1-1. And this is a guy who has kind of figured out that power approach. Cannon King in a 3-1 count sat on a fastball. And the mentality is the harder that it comes in out of the pitcher's hand, the harder it's going to go out. That's exactly what Cannon King did. Just got the barrel on it and smoked a 106-mile-an-hour triple into the right center gap. Takes another hack, and now it's 1-2.
It's a pure swing as well. I mean, when you have something that's so fundamentally sound, I mean, passes the eye test, that's for sure. Just a fantastic swing of the bat. And 106, there's not many guys in the CCL that can get it to 106 off the bat. And with the wood, these guys aren't really used to playing with it. I mean, it's impressive.
That one's outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Again, Cannon King, the reigning CCL hitter of the week. Really helped himself out to earn that back on the 16th, a 3-for-3 day with 2 singles and a double. A home run in the Saints' last game a couple days ago against the Conejo Oaks, number 6 on the season. Now a leadoff triple here back in the 2nd inning, 1-for-1 with that 3-bagger. Thatcher going to step off, reset himself, and try and go after Cannon King here, who's seemingly the only one that has found some success against Liam Thatcher. Is now home plate umpire is going to call out the Riptide coaching staff, or maybe not. He's going to wave him back now. Not exactly sure what that was, but the home plate umpire seeming to have wanted to get something removed off of Liam Thatcher, like a wristband or something, but now changes his mind. On the ground to the right side. Diving stop by Barth, who throws from his knees in time to get the out. Another star-studded defensive play here for 2 gone in the 4th.
Disgusting play from Barth. He had one on the very first out of this game, back foot towards his right backhand, making it across his body. That one diving, denies a base hit from King. Would have been 2 for 2. Great play from the second baseman.
Now up steps Andrews. He's played the last now 3 games in a row for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Just coming off a 4-game and 4-day stretch are the Saints. Started this past Thursday, went until Sunday. Nick Nishiwa took the catching duties on the first 2, Cam Andrews on the second 2, and now swinging a pretty hot bat. Gets the start here on this Tuesday night.
Yeah, when you have the 2 catchers and you've platooning them all season long, now it's about who's the hotter bat, who's calling the better game. When it comes to crunch time here, 5 games left, this one being the first of those 5, you just got to play the best guys.
Yeah, 5 games left for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Still 2.5 games back of a playoff spot, chasing the MLB Academy Barons. There is definitely potential for these Saints to get into that playoff picture. Obviously you go win all of your games. There's great potential if you win out, but there is a way if the Saints go 3-2 throughout the last couple of games that they can make it, but they have to win at least 3.
And the Barons, they don't have the easiest of schedules. Today they do play Santa Maria, the Indians coming down from the north, but they'll be that first game for Academy, but it does get harder. They have a bout with Slow later in the week as well, and there's so many scenarios, but the Saints need to win 3 games. That is the minimum. If they lose any more, if they don't get 3 out of these 5, their season's over.
And the exclamation point will be that final game. Assuming the Saints win at least 2 of the next 4, the last game of the season will be against the MLB Academy Barons. And we have the situations of how the Saints can clinch a playoff spot. We'll get you those in a few moments. 1-2 count to Andrews, who fouls it off. He's given a great fight here in this 2-strike count. Been on base 5 times in the last 2 games, the last 2 that he started back on Saturday and Sunday. Double and reached on an error back on the 19th against the Oaks. Went single, hit by pitch, and walk on Saturday. Swings and misses here. Tag applied by Nguyen. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Arroyo Seco offense. To the home half of the 4th, still scoreless here in Irvine.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time, well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since there's a morning, I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night.
Last of the fourth inning here at the Great Park with the heart of the order up for the OC Riptide. Looking to get on the board first. Brock Folds, Alonzo Reyes, Ryan Castro still against Daniel Vergara out for his fourth inning. We promised you we'd get you the situations of how the Arroyo Seco Saints can clinch a playoff spot, and there's 3 ways to do so.
And we'll start off with the 3-2 scenario. So the Saints do go 3-2 in these last 5 games. They must beat the Barons, of course. That's the main thing right there. And the Barons must lose all 5 games. And again, to go to the Barons schedule, we're playing Santa Maria right now. That's one's on the top of the first. And we'll keep you updated as that game goes on. It'll finish here before it finishes over there in Compton. So that is the game today. They'll play Conejo, Orange County, SLO, and the Saints in the last game of the season.
Leadoff drag bunt from Folds, perfectly placed down the third base line, and that's a leadoff single for the Riptide shortstop.
And that's a gutsy play to just drop off the bunt, use that speed, but it works out. And you got to wonder if Asperger's given the full line of Vergara, doesn't cut him off, if he could charge it bare hand and throw it. It's a really difficult play, and Folds is most likely getting on, but Vergara did slide in front of the third baseman and Asperger. And Folds now at first.
High and away on the first offering to Reyes.
We'll go back again to those scenarios. So the Barons must lose all 5 of those games in the 3-2 scenario, and the Saints must beat the Barons on Sunday. Now move on to the Saints. If they go 4-1 over these next 5 games, the Barons must be wants to go 1-4, and that loss to the Saints will create a tie that the Saints would end up winning, or the Barons would go 0-5. So those are the 2 scenarios right there. But if the Saints go 5-0, again, they're chasing a 2.5 game difference. Barons would have to go 1-4 at the maximum. Couldn't win any more. It's the real kind of thing to watch out for there. It's definitely about, can the MLB Academy Barons drop those games? And again, the schedule, it's difficult. The Saints, they know they'll have to take care of business on Sunday versus them. But SLO is a tough matchup. Orange County, they'll be hosting them in Compton, and Orange County is a team that's not as good on the road as they are here at home at Great Park, 4-7 only, but if the Barons can win that one, that would be massive for them, but the Riptide will have to help out the Saints a little bit and do their job. So things definitely have to go the Saints' way. It's not all in their destiny, and they don't hold all the cards to their fate, but it's certainly there, especially with how this team has been playing recently, and especially versus CCL South teams. I mean, they've had only 1 loss, really, to those South teams recently, and that's the Conejo Oaks, and even then they've taken care of business for that second-place team.
Ball 4 to Alonzo Reyes. There's 2 men on with nobody out here for the OC Riptide. Great opportunity to get them on the board first, as we are still scoreless in the home half of the 4th inning here in Irvine. Yeah, there is a way for the Arroyo Seco Saints to clinch a playoff spot, although the odds certainly not in their favor. If the Barons, who also have 5 games remaining in the season, if they can win 2 of those 5 games, it will seal the deal and send them into the playoff picture and officially eliminate the Arroyo Seco Saints from clinching. The Saints, if they lose at least 3 of these next 5, it is also over for them. Ideally, the Saints need to win out here throughout the rest of the season. Couple games against the Riptide, playing another affiliate in the Indians, and then a final game of the season against those Academy Barons that they would obviously have to win in order to secure that playoff spot. So going to be a nerve-wracking last week of this season for the Arroyo Seco Saints as they look to make the CCL playoffs. And again, we will keep you updated on that Barons game throughout the night tonight, along with obviously this one here at the Great Park. Want to know the count on Ryan Castro, who's a ground out victim his first time up. He's got 2 runners on base with nobody out. He's going to try and at the very least move them up. They're going to go for a double steal. Throw goes to second in plenty of time to throw out Alonzo Reyes. He's caught stealing, but Brock Folds moves up to third base now with just one out.
So the double steal not completely successful, but they'll take one of the two, and they'll definitely take the lead runner being on third. So another runner 90 feet away with one out. But runners at third just have not found home at all tonight. There have been 3 in total.
On the ground, this will score that run. Flores going to go to first with it. Across comes Brock Folds, and the Riptide take a 1-0 lead.
Doesn't matter how you get it across. It just matters that he does cross. Folds scores that last 90 feet. That's been so hard for both teams to muster up and officially manufacture, but that's just how you do the job. See the pitch you like, just kind of poke the bat at it. Yes, it creates the weak contact, but you're not focused on getting on there. You're just focused on doing the job, and does it really well.
So now Connor Barth with the bases empty and 2 away. Flew out his first time up as he serves one up into the gap, and it's down for a base hit. He's going to turn on the afterburners, head for 2. Throw in from King. Gunned him at second base. Outfield assist to save extra bases and end the 4th inning. But the Riptide tack one on and take a 1-0 lead. To the we go at the Great Park. Top of the 5th action here at the Great Park in Irvine. 1-0 Orange County Riptide as they put on one last half inning in the bottom half of the 4th. And a highlight reel play. Cannon King ending the inning with some style, throwing out Connor Barth, trying to extend a single into a double at second base. But now it's down to Dylan Immel, Owen Mangini, and Brody Cheer to try and get that 1 run back. They're going to try and do so still against Liam Thatcher, who has been absolutely dominant so far tonight.
I mean, he struck out 6 guys. I think that's all you can really say. He's just been so good. And now in this 5th inning, looking to continue that success. Struck out a guy in every single inning. I mean, everything's working. The fastball, commanding it, and then the breaking ball, it's getting the swing and miss. I mean, I've said it before, the fastball, it's that low 90s, so solid velocity to it, but it's the movement. It's how he utilizes it, especially high in the zone.
The 2-0 to Immel is hit well into right center field. On a dead sprint back, Dolan, it drops in right center field. Immel now going to head for third base. Relay throw, not going to be in time. Another leadoff stand-up triple, this time for Dylan Immel as the Saints look to get that 1 run back.
Dylan Immel put on the burners, and for a second, looked like it could get out of here, but just landed right at the fence. He's on third again, another leadoff triple. But now it's about finishing the job. They have 3 guys to go and do it. There will be a conversation. Will they go to the bullpen? Who knows, but it's an early conversation with Thatcher.
Yeah, and looks like the Riptide are going to go to the bullpen after the second leadoff triple in the top half of an inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints offense. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this. New arm in on the mound for the Orange County Riptide here in the top of the first. After a leadoff triple from Dylan Immel ends Liam Thatcher's day, they go to Dylan Nieto.
Dylan Nieto goes to Cal State Fullerton out of Mission Viejo, California. Pitched for the Riptide last year. This is his first appearance, and now returning to Orange County for the first time since 2025. 2.16 ERA last season, 8 1/3 innings pitched.
Thrown immediately into a bit of a jam with a leadoff man on third base. Second leadoff triple of the night for the Arroyo Seco Saints after Cannon King hit one to the same exact spot as Dylan Immel back in the second inning. And from there, Thatcher went 3 straight strikeouts to leave him stranded. Now they go to the pen, and Nieto trying to do the same thing. Mangini takes a hack, it's fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. We'll hold off on the final line for Liam Thatcher, at least as of right now, as he's still responsible for Dylan Immel over on third base. And Mangini trying to cash him in, tie this game up. It's 1-0 Riptide after they took one last half inning. It's on the ground to the right side, foul ball. Sharp chopper there from Mangini, just a couple feet foul. Still 0-2 on the Saints' first baseman, who struck out his first time up after that leadoff triple from Cannon King in the second inning. Nieto the 0-2. It's in the dirt and blocked behind the dish by Nguyen. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We talked about Mangini, a guy that swings hard, sometimes doesn't get a lot of the baseball, but he has been hitting well as of recently. 4th game in a row as well for Mangini, and has gotten hit in the last 2. He did get 2 hits in that 14-0 win versus San Diego. where he did score 3.
Yeah, a guy with really good thump in that barrel. I walked by him for the first time the other day. I mean, this guy's built like a grizzly bear.
He's massive. I mean, I think that's the best, that you described it like the best way you could. I mean, he's a large individual.
The 1-2 is hit well into right field. Tailing foul, and it's out of play. But, I mean, even those last couple of foul balls, the chopper to the other side, the line drive to the other side, just well-struck balls. I mean, he's a guy, he gets barrel on it. It's going to be hard hit. But he keeps it a 1-2 count, fighting against Dylan Nieto here in his Riptide debut. Deals the 1-2. It's upstairs. Mangini lays off 2-2.
Good to leave it up, and that fastball just too high, but the idea was right. Just kind of giving that fastball that eye candy, and a guy like Mangini that does have the power, that's a pitch he would go and chase more normally, but just too high to make it really anything successful.
2-2 pitch, low and away, 3-2. Mangini able to work it full. And he'll definitely take a base on balls here. Put runners on the corners with nobody out and put the go-ahead run on base. He currently represents the go-ahead run as of right now in the box. Here's the payoff. It's in the air to left field. Deep into the corner and gone. Adios, Pelota. Owen Mangini gives the Saints the lead.
.100 off the bat of Mangini. What a swing. What a moment. Saints take the lead when it matters. Again, this is a guy, I mean, he drank his milk when he was younger, I'll tell you that. I mean, strong kid, 100 off the bat. That's Mangini magic.
It really fires you up when you hype a guy up like that. I mean, he's a strong guy, and we were just talking about it. And then he goes and proves us exactly right by hitting an absolute missile into left field.
I'm not a guy to put down my yard card, but I was thinking it. I was thinking it. I've done it once, never again. Should have done it.
Would have been right there.
Would have gone, I don't know what I would have put on the line, but would have gone something, some compensation.
I mean, you would have expected at least a hard hit ball there with the couple of foul balls that Mangini had hit going the other way and still hitting the ball with plenty of exit velocity. We were expecting a hard hit ball, but that little better than we were expecting and couldn't ask for much more. Down one with a runner on third base. Now it's 2-1 Arroyo Seco.
And that just not the pitch either way as well for Nieto. I mean, 83 breaking ball, breaking back into the middle, right into the perfect swing path of Mangini. I mean, that's where he likes to hit it. And you can tell, hit it a long way.
The 1-2 to Brody Cheer is hit on the ground to the third baseman Castro. He handles, high throw, and safe. Brody Cheer legs out an infield single.
My. Brody Cheer, okay. Legging it out. Sprinting right out of the box. I mean, that's hard 90s all the way. We talked about the speed. We talked about why he's in the 9-hole. Second leadoff kind of guy. Shows it right there. Makes any contact. It's always a struggle to get him out on the infield.
Now up to the top of the Saints order, Braden Flores, still nobody out with a runner on first base. He's going to square to bunt, offers at it, and fouls it back into the net. 0-1 the count to Flores, and not to keep pumping a popped balloon with the Mangini home run, but you can tell, I'm sure with the angle that we have, yeah, looking at it now, the shadows in between the pitcher's mound and home plate right now are absolutely criminal. I mean, I wouldn't imagine how difficult it would be to try and hit a baseball coming down those 60 feet when it comes in and out of shadows about 3 separate times. as that pitch gets all the way to the backstop, and Braden Flores has his job done for him as up to second base goes Brody Cheer.
So Nieto got put into the game. First batter he sees. Has a strong at-bat with Mangini, the home run, and now going against Flores after giving up the single to Cheer. I mean, this is something where you feel like you did the work against Cheer to get a ground out and do some weak contact, but you just don't get rewarded due to the speed and the talent of that man on second.
He's still going to squirt a bunt. He gets it down on the third base side. Nieto fielding his position and throws to nobody. It goes down the right field line into foul territory, up into the tarp. Waiting to see if dead ball is called. It is, so Flores going to have to retreat back to second base. But coming home to score is Brody Cheer. It's now 3-1 Arroyo Seco.
Oh my, if you're the coach of the Riptide and Brian Evans, you're fuming out of that one. I mean, a bunt, I don't mind the approach in the sense that the small ball gets them off guard, and it did get the Riptide off guard, and a good play made by Nieto. Back foot, bit ambitious, but it didn't matter because no one was covering first. The first baseman went in to cover the bunt. The second baseman didn't rotate over. The right fielder covered, yes, and was able to get that ball in slightly in time. But still, it's just an inning to forget for the Riptide. And those mental mistakes on the defensive end right there, that might be the worst of it.
Squaring the bunt now is Ryder, who offers at it but fouls it off. Still trying to play the small ball approach with still nobody out. First three batters coming on, getting on, and scoring.
I gotta say, I love this small ball approach. I mean, we've talked about it a couple times, but I think placing down a well put bunt, getting on because of it, creating the havoc, it's one of the best feelings you can see, and it fires me up. And just creating all this chaos on the infield, I mean, I don't blame the Saints for going back to the bunt time and time again. Eventually, you're gonna have to, put it back on the shoulder and swing it and let it rip. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No out. Well, he is down 0-2.
The official scoring of that play where fielding his position was Nieto, but just threw it into no man's land with nobody covering first. Braden Flores reaching on the error, advancing to second on the error as well with an RBI. So he does get credited for the RBI, although the run is unearned. Ball on the ground, foul at third base. And I personally think with all the many vast rules of baseball, I think the dumbest one is that a pitcher making an error still goes down as an unearned run. And I understand that it's an error, so it technically classifies it as unearned, but it's still the pitcher's fault.
It's still the pitcher's fault.
You know what I mean? So I just think that's a goofy rule. But it's an unearned run for Liam Thatcher, who was responsible, for Nieto, as he was responsible for Brody Cheer, who scored on that error. Ryder stays alive, still 0-2. Final line now on Liam Thatcher, the starting pitcher for the Riptide, is 4+ innings, giving up just 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, which some quick mental math, 4 innings and 6 strikeouts is a 50% strikeout rate, with 12 outs recorded and 6 strikeouts. But this 5th inning, the Saints offense has exploded, and they got Thatcher out of the game. Broken bat on the ground to the second baseman, and Barth, who goes to first with it, but a job well done. Moving up Braden Flores to third base, now with just 1 out for the heart of the order.
Does everything you need to, and like you said, Asperger up to bat, guy that can take a lot of pitches, great eye, 20 walks on the entire CCL campaign. Now with the runner 90 feet away, Flores has been down here now for a second time looking to find some pay dirt.
First pitch to Asperger, fouled back into the net. And we've seen this kind of maneuver before from Arroyo Seco, sort of the responding and the call and response. 1 run put up by the Riptide last half inning in the bottom of the 4th. Saints respond by getting so far 3 with a likelihood potential of a fourth.
Not a bad deal going on. For a foul ball for some candy, any day of the week, I'll take that.
All day. All day. No balls and 2 strikes to Sean Asperger. Flores on third base. And it's taken high and in for ball 1. We've seen Asperger plenty of times throughout this summer turn those 2 strike counts into getting on base because of his patience, because of his very keen eye. And he's bought 1 back so far here against Dylan Nieto. Now the 1-2 is in the air to right center field. Chasing after it, Navarro, he makes the grab, but it'll be plenty deep for Flores to come home and score. 4 runs for Arroyo Seco here in the 5th.
They just keep making it happen. It doesn't matter how you score them. It just matters that they come across. And Asperger does a solid job of kind of lunging out, flicking that one, getting a solid swing on it nonetheless to right field. And the rest there was as easy as it comes for Flores, who is scoring on that no doubt.
So now Brandon wins. Saints with a 3-run lead now after 4 runs put up this half inning. Win with a strikeout and a flyout, trying to keep a 2-out rally going for Arroyo Seco. Or rather, trying to spark a 2-out rally now that the second out was made with the Sean Asperger sac fly. Triple homer single, reach on error, ground out, and sacrifice fly has been the summary for this half inning, as this one's in the air to the left side of the infield. Rounding underneath it, Castro, who makes the grab. Saints take the lead by putting up a 4 spot. They lead by 3 heading to the last of the 5th. Saints now ahead by 3 runs after putting up a 4 spot in the top half of the 5th as we go to the home half with a new arm for the Saints. Trying to protect that 3-run lead is Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller, the flamethrower, recent addition to Arroyo Seco. They've been waiting for him all season long, and he's now come and pitched 6 1/3 innings of ball, 4.26 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 6 strikeouts. Last appearance was 2 earned runs and 1 1/3 innings pitched versus Academy on the 14th of July. So making his first appearance in about 7 days, and he's a guy that could go for a bit of length. Is looking to potentially start later in the season, but came too late to the scene to really get that kind of production.
First pitch high and wide to Thomas Cernius, who's followed up by Ian Nguyen and Reed Montgomery. They're looking to try and get those runs back after the Saints got their 1-1. Final line for Daniel Vergara, the starter for Arroyo Seco. 4 innings, 3 hits, and 1 earned run with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Now the baton passes to Miller. Who deals the 1-1 and tying wide.
And the most they've gone for Miller was 3 innings. And he gave versus the Crawdads there. The Saints did walk off and win it, and that was due to the heroics of that bullpen. Gave up 1 run in those 3 innings of work. So we can go for some length. I think ideally they're looking for this inning and another out of Miller. And then the third is GTD, I guess you could say.
On the ground to the right side, Mangini with a snare, flips it to Miller, who tags first base in time for the first out of the inning.
That's a heads-up play. Good snag from Mangini. Flicks it over to Miller. He does a solid job covering everything there. Textbook, you practice that every day and you get the job done. Mangini, a third baseman by trade, but when you play third, you're going to have to learn how to play first and vice versa, and he's doing it.
First pitch to Ian Wynn is a breaker taken for called strike 1. Andrew Miller, 6'7", 235-pound right-hander. And if a 6'7" pitcher by the name of Andrew Miller sounds familiar, that's because it probably is in terms of the MLB pitcher Andrew Miller, the 16-year big leaguer, who is 6'7", left-hander as opposed to the right hand of the Saints, Andrew Miller. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's 1-2 on Wynn.
Yeah. Name could be a lot to live up to, but been doing it so far for the Saints. So 2 famous Andrew Millers now.
Yeah, this one a little more filled out than the MLB star, but that MLB star, again, a 16-year career, 2-time All-Star, an ALCS MVP, and a Mariano Rivera American League Reliever of the Year award to his name as well. As the 1-2 is fouled off into the parking lot, the count remains the same.
For Miller, that fastball, I mean, he's going to command with that, of course. It does come in at 89, maybe 90 sometimes, around 91 as well. As the curveball he goes to as well with a really solid spin rate. But, again, the verticality you get, how close you can get to the mound. I mean, if you think about some of the tallest guys in the MLB, what makes them so dangerous is just how tall they are, and they just come right at you downhill.
Miller challenges Nguyen with a fastball and gets him to swing and miss. Good for out number 2. 2 gone after the K of Ian Nguyen brings up Reed Montgomery. First pitch to the Riptide left fielder. Hit on the ground to the right side. Mangini a backhand stop. Flipping to Miller in time for out number 3. 3-3-1 putouts and a strikeout for a 3-up, 3-down inning for Andrew Miller. Saints still ahead by 3 as we head to the 6th inning. To the 6th inning we go here at the Great Park in Irvine. Arroyo Seco Saints still up by 3 as once again to the bullpen go the Orange County Riptide to bring in Sean York.
Sean York, 6'7", 235, exactly the same as Andrew Miller, the pitcher for the Saints, in 10 and 2/3 innings pitched for York on the season. Sub-1 ERA at a .84 and a sub-1 whip at .94. 11 strikeouts. Last pitched July 15th versus Philippines, and that was 2 innings of 1 hit ball, no runs.
Cannon King to lead things off for the Saints. Want to know the count. Upstairs and 2-0. Relievers for both teams entering in back-to-back half innings. Like you mentioned, Dylan, identical frames. 6 foot 7 inches, 235-pound right-handers. Not every day you see that, as the 2-0 is a mean cut from Cannon King, but he comes up empty.
I mean, just athletes all across the board. Those two guys, I mean, 6'7", 235. Can't really say anything else. That's just great for them to have that frame.
2-1 pitch is in the air on the left side. Back after it is Castro. Folds now making the call and making the grab, 1 away.
Sky high, stand and fall. Now King will head back to the dugout. Moves to 1 for 3 on the day.
Now Cam Andrews with a pair of strikeouts tonight. You know, that's one of the things that I love about the sport of baseball is that you can find guys who are the likes of 6'7", like Sean York and Andrew Miller. There's a handful of professional MLB players up to that size. O'Neal Cruz is that big. You know, you got a lot of 6'6" guys. Aaron Judge is, I believe, 6'7". But then you got guys like Jose Altuve. I mean, he's what, 5'8"?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing in the sport of baseball where you get ball players of all sizes. You got the Jose Altuves and the Dustin Pedroias of the world, and then you got the Randy Johnsons. I mean, when's the last time you've seen an NBA player the size of Jose Altuve?
Yeah, exactly. Isaiah Thomas, maybe.
Maybe. I don't think he was even that short. Muggsy Bogues, maybe. But,
Yeah.
I mean, those are once-in-a-generation guys. Whereas in the sport of baseball, I mean, maybe, you know, a 5'7" frame like Altuve is a little bit under the average. But, you know, you get guys that are 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". You know, I can't tell you the last time there's been a sub-6 foot NBA player.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially in today's game.
Andrews to right field. Towards the line goes Navarro and makes the grab, 2 away.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about that is just trying to find different ways to compete in whatever, you know, you're given and whatever, you know, frame you end up being. I mean, it's definitely easier in baseball in a sport like basketball or something like that where, you know, in basketball, you got to be tall. It's a game where you have to go against 7'4" Victor Wembanyama. I mean, if you're Isaiah Thomas, you're not going to go anywhere near Wembanyama. But it's still, at least in baseball, you find other ways to fight. And Altuve, I mean, he's done a lot of ways. We also talk about Mookie Betts, 5'10", I believe. So
yeah, not a big guy himself. Here's Dylan Emmel. Want to know the count against Sean York. Way high and outside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, just last thing, you're talking about, you know, tall guys. Still, the tallest guy I've ever seen play baseball, Jason Wrights. 7-footer for Oregon last year. I believe he's in the Twins organization now, or one of those teams. I believe it is the Twins, but 7-footer, taller than the Oregon center Nate Biddle.
He's a guy that got the best of both of our programs. Started at St. Mary's,
Yeah,
transferred over to
you know.
Oregon. So, yeah, I got to see him once or twice as well. That guy's a monster as well.
Yeah, I mean, standing next to him in media was ridiculous. I mean,
I would imagine.
it's otherworldly.
2-1, low and in to Dylan Emmel. Emmel with a leadoff triple last inning in the 5th would come around to score on the home run by Owen Mangini, who's currently in the on-deck circle. 22nd home run for the Saints this summer with that Mangini bomb. To just 5 this summer for the Riptide. Again, going back to the field depths that we were talking about earlier. Called strike on the high outside corner. Count goes full. A lot deeper yard here at the Great Park, the home field of the Orange County Riptide, than at Jackie Robinson Memorial, the home field of the Arroyo Seco Saints. But nonetheless, still great pop in the bats of the Saints. Payoff pitch on the ground, high chopper to Folds, who leaps and can't make the snag, dribbles into shallow center field. On base is Dylan Immel. We'll await the official scoring. I would imagine that one is a single up the middle.
I think it's got to be. I mean, that's just one where Folds just takes a bounce. Maybe it bounced off the bag or seemed just around that area, maybe off the dirt. Took a skip, and Folds already had a long run. He had a lunge to that just out of reach. It's a hard play, and I believe that should be the single scored.
Official scoring is a single, so Dylan Immel aboard with 2 outs for his second hit of the day, as here's Mangini. First pitch down low, it's 1-0.
Yeah, versus Mangini here. I mean, I imagine you just don't want to elevate something. Something elevated in the zone, I think you can kiss that one goodbye. That's what Mangini's been making his pay grade off of.
Mangini fouls off the 1-0, and I would argue the Mangini home run his last time up is likely the best at-bat of the entire summer for the Saints.
Okay.
As he goes 3 straight foul balls, sees one out, fouls another one off, takes 2 more, gets to a full count, and then hits an absolute missile out to left field. Just the ability to go up there aggressive, have it not pan out for you, then stay patient enough to get that mistake pitch and capitalize on it. I mean, that is textbook baseball right there.
Yeah, I mean, and he showed his presence throughout the whole at bat. I mean, when he made contact, those foul balls were scorched wherever they went. I mean, he showed Nieto that he was on it and he was ready to go.
1-2, fouled off. There goes Mangini again, staying alive.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he sends his hitting streak now to 3 games of that homer. I think he's found something in the swing to, get the contact kind of right. I mean, I don't know what it could be, but the contact, those numbers have been going up. The average has been going up. It was below 200 for a bit, but now about 230 and has bombs.
Runner goes, pitches inside, throw down to second base, high and sent into center field. Holding up at second base is Dylan Immel, now in scoring position after the stolen base. But again, one last note on that Mangini bomb. I know we've talked about it so many times
We'll
tonight.
keep talking about it. I mean,
We likely might keep pumping a popped balloon. But the other thing is you have to factor in that his first at bat of the night was a 3-pitch looking strikeout, and he does not let that get to him. He comes right back out, goes up aggressive, and absolutely capitalizes.
I mean,
2-2 is swung on and missed. He'll go down swinging this time as the Saints go scoreless in the 6th inning. Down to the Riptide for the home half. 9-1-2 for the Orange County Riptide, heading to the last of the 6th inning. Saints still up 3 runs. They went scoreless in the top of the 6th, but again, put up that 4 spot in the 5th. Is now trying to drop down a bunt is Alex Dolan, but it's fouled off. Riptide trying to get those couple of runs back or at least chip away at the lead.
Dolan did pop out to Flores last time up. Did get the Riptide went 1-2-3 in that last inning as well, so they need to find something here. The offense for OC, it's been hit or miss this season in general, but it's been the pitching that's kept them in top 3 in the entire CCL in numerous pitching categories: ERA, WHIP, strikeouts. So they're going to need to fight tooth and nail. Expect them to grind out at bats as well.
High and away to Dolan. It's now 1-1. Andrew Miller back out for inning number 2, who in inning number 1 of his relief appearance went 3 up, 3 down with a pair of ground outs and a K. Jack swing did not go around. It's 2-1.
And we'll see how this inning develops and if, he gives up any walks, hits, anything like that. But he does have the ability to go 3 innings around.
Fouled off, now 2-2. You mentioned the Orange County Riptide. They've played 6 more games than the Arroyo Seco Saints have this summer, but the Saints are right there with them in terms of the offensive numbers. The Riptide just with about 18 more hits in those 6 games than the Saints have the entire summer. Only with about 18 more runs. This is before today, but the numbers in terms of the average on-base percentage and slugging, as well as the home runs, all in favor of the Arroyo Seco Saints. So this is a team who has offensively outperformed the Orange County Riptide, who's way up above them in the CCL standings. It's just been a matter of pitching. The pitching for the Riptide been incredibly strong. The pitching for the Saints took a little while into the summer to get going. But now that they're moving, the Saints are likely the most dangerous team in all of the CCL right now, but is it just too little too late?
Yeah, you got to wonder about that last part. Is it too late? They, again, talked about the scenarios.
In the air down the right field line. Long run for King, slides, and it kicks off his glove, no catch. Skips away from him, so up to second base goes Alex Dolan with a leadoff double.
And that's a tough play for Cannon King to make. Running far from his resting place in right field, over to the right field foul line. Had to make the diving play as well to even have a chance at it, and it was close. It was about a couple inches away from his glove, just couldn't grab it with the leather.
So now a leadoff man in scoring position for the Saints, for the Riptide, with the top of their order up, Bradley Navarro. With a quick shout out to Omaha the Bat Dog, retrieving the bat of Alex Dolan after the leadoff double.
And we were talking about it before when they were doing Omaha's kind of intro, I guess. She has her own song.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying, and I didn't believe you, and then I listened and I heard Omaha the Bat Dog.
Mm-hmm. Own custom-made song. Got to find out the information on that one, who sings it, when it came out. It's a pretty good song. Punk rock-ish.
Yeah, I'd bump that in the car.
100%. 0-1. Buckled him on the breaker there, did Miller, and it's 0-2.
Let's put it in my playlist. Putting the Spotify DJ on, your DJ XA. Here's some ballpark classics. Put on Omaha the Bat Dog.
That would be awesome.
I'd be thrilled.
0-2. In the air to right. King chasing towards the line. He's not going to get there. It's a fair ball. Dolan hung up on second base. He's going to put the brakes on at third. Looks like the ball stuck up in the corner. So a automatic double. Run going to score in Alex Dolan. A break caught there for the Orange County Riptide. And it's now 4-2.
Just way deep in the corner, like you said, and King gave it all the run that he could. But what a well-struck ball from Navarro, and the Riptide, they're nowhere near out yet. That's what most likely to be Miller's last inning as well. We're talking about the length, but he's gone to hit around a bit. Do you see an arm warming? I believe it might be Tyler Hawkins. one of the new pitchers, so we'll see if he comes into the game. But Riptide, they're starting to come to play a little bit now.
An 0-2 count turned into a double down the line for Brett. The Riptide within 2. So now in the form of Brock Folds. First pitch from Miller on the outer edge for a caught strike. Folds been pretty aggressive. Hadn't seen very many pitches so far today. 3-pitch strikeout in the first, and a single on the first pitch he saw in his second plate appearance in the fourth. Now drops down to 0-2. Similar situation unfolding to what we saw in the top of the 5th inning for Arroyo Seco. Slaps the other way, and it's out of play. Folds on a 1-for-2 day so far. Came in tonight at .211 batting average with 4 RBIs and 10 walks drawn. In the 2 spot of the Riptide lineup. 0-2 is high and wide, now 1-2. Miller delivers. It's spiked and kicks all the way to the back net. Up to third base goes Bradley Navarro. And the Riptide with a runner 90 feet away and still nobody out.
Bullpen now seems to be empty again. Don't know if that means Hawkins is done with his warm-up, but this is a dangerous situation. I mean, tying run at the plate. The run to bring them within 1, 90 feet away now, and Miller just hasn't looked as sharp as he did in that first inning. Definitely got some help from Mangini in his first inning of work, but needs to rein it in here and trust his defense as well. But Riptide have put on great swings.
2-2 count. Saints infield, partially in, corners in, middle half, as it's hit right back up the middle into center field for an RBI base hit. Navarro comes home to score. And Brock Folds brings the Riptide within 1.
Never count them out. They're getting it going. That's just textbook. Put it up the middle. There's a large gap there. You see it coming in. Swing the bat at it. Let the hands do the rest.
Veteran backstop Cam Andrews going to come chit-chat with Andrew Miller. So far this half inning, 3 straight hits for the Orange County Riptide. Started off with back-to-back doubles. Alex Dolan with a leadoff double, Bradley Navarro with an RBI double to knock him in. And then back-to-back RBI base hits as following that Navarro RBI double was Brock Folds' RBI single. He's now over on first base with still nobody out. And now the heart of the order coming up. Designated hitter Alonzo Reyes in the 3 spot of the Riptide order. Slight shift to the pull side of Reyes, the left-handed bat. Dylan Immel about it straight up second base positioning with Braden Flores a couple steps towards the middle of regular double play depth. Sean Asperger at third, even with the third base bag, handful of steps over. Runner goes, throw down from Andrews, on a line but sliding in safely is Brock Folds.
That was a close one, and Andrews offline was the throw, but Braden Flores, I mean, this is something we haven't talked about that much, and it happened when Cannon King threw out the runner going to second to end an inning earlier this game. Braden Flores is exceptional at applying the tag, and he's great at adapting to whatever throw is given to him, shows the leather and just gloving it, but also just applying it quickly, being nifty.
3-0 now the count on Alonzo Reyes. Miller does have an open bag to use if he so chooses with the unintentional intentional walk. However, nobody out, so could bring in double play potential, but not an inning-ending one. Instead, he's going to find the zone on the low inside corner and move the count to 3-1.
And Hawkins has moved through his warm-up pretty quickly. Now on the mound, but in the bullpen, but still getting that initial work in.
Down the left field line. Tailing foul, and it will drop in foul territory. Ryder shifted to the pull side again of the left-handed hitting Reyes, so he was more shaded towards the left center field gap than he was the left field foul line, so couldn't get there in time.
Gave it a solid run, though. But at the end when he realized it wasn't going to happen, just kind of pulled away, and can't blame him. Maybe need those legs for this next play.
Pulled past the diving man, Genie at first and down the line. Coming around to score is Brock Foltz. Up to second base is Alonzo Reyes. 4 straight hits for the Orange County Riptide with 3 doubles as we are tied in the 6th inning.
Andrews will have another talk with his pitcher and Miller. But the Riptide have 4 straight hits, like you said. 3 of those last 3 hits have all brought in runs. And now they'll just give more time for Hawkins to warm up and most likely see one more batter face for Andrew Miller. And then that might be his day over.
Yeah, not head coach Aaron Milam out to the mound, so it doesn't look like the Saints going to go to the bullpen just yet. Like you mentioned, Hawkins up and warming in the pen. Started down there, then took some time off. Now back in there after 4 straight base hits for the Orange County Riptide. Has tied this game up at 4 apiece here in the 6th inning. As up steps Ryan Castro, who's grounded out to Braden Flores twice so far tonight. One of them with an RBI back in the 4th, the first run of the day for the Orange County Riptide. Now looking to score Alonzo Reyes, or at the very least move him up to third base with just 1 out. Likely going to try to go the other way with a huge 3-4 hole as Dylan Immel is holding on Reyes at second base. First pitch, called strike 1 on the outer edge.
I think a part of it is, Miller's been leaving things over the zone, yes, but these Riptides players have done a great job of just, using the hands, getting quick to it, and just great swings in general. I mean, don't think they've necessarily changed the approach. They've just kind of seen what Miller's given them, and they've went up to that level.
Castro takes an awkward swing on the 0-1, and it's 0-2. Smaller sample size for Castro this summer, a 273 average before tonight with just 6 hits. As he takes a pitch just a little bit high. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner on second base and nobody out. A 4-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Miller delivers. It's swung on and missed. That's strike 3. 1 down as up steps Connor Barth.
That's a big out to get for Miller. I mean, not only for the confidence, but also just to kind of have the whole team settle in as well. I mean, solid swing, or no, solid pitch. Doesn't get the good swing on it. And now they're going all the way to the 5-hole in Barth.
Miller gonna stay out there to face Barth. Still Reyes on second base. First pitch strike to Barth. Barth, his last time up, ended the 4th inning after knocking a single into the right center field gap. That was then cut down at second with a dime of a throw from Cannon King to prevent extra bases and end the inning. Now in an 0-2 count. Miller way ahead. Can use a pitch to waste here if he decides. Got to be careful with a runner on second, though. Beautiful pitch there and gets the hands going of Barth, but he holds back. It's 1-2.
That's a great job from Barth to hold up. I mean, borderline as well. Might have thought he just got the edge of the zone without needing a swing.
The 1-2 is lifted to right field and down in front of Cannon King. Holding up to make sure it wasn't caught was Reyes, so he only moves up to third. Now runners on the corners for the Riptide.
And that one was in that in-between for Cannon King where you could try to make that play at that, but the run wasn't going to score, anyway, so might as well let it drop. Don't want to risk it scoring and getting behind you and losing this tie game. So Miller still has to work through this. Nothing towards the bullpen yet, but Hawkins does seem ready to go as you've seen him progress through his warm-up in these last 4 or 5 batters.
Now Thomas Cernius with runners on the corners. First pitch swinging, he hacks it down the right field line, and it's foul. Went up and got that one. Tomahawked a pitch that had to be at least at his eyes.
Oh, yeah, I think exactly what I was going to say. Tomahawked it. Heck of a swing, and that's just way to get up there and saw something you liked, and that's something the Riptide they've been doing this inning. They've been aggressive. They've been setting the tone. They haven't let Miller really get to them and affect how they want to go throughout their at-bats. They've had the solid approach that they've
Miller is low and in. Lead. They had a 1-0 lead after 4 innings full, but the Saints in the top of the 5th would put up a 4 spot to take a 3-run lead, and now the game is tied after a, so far, 3-run inning for the Riptide. Another hack at the eye level from Cernius, and it's 1-2.
He wants all of it. I mean, that first pitch wasn't going to tell you enough what he tends to do in this at-bat. That one right there takes the head off, not the greatest of swings, but he's kind of showing what he is really here to do, and that's send it deep to right field.
Back to the elevated heater goes Miller. It's a little closer to the zone, and Cernius is able to fight it off. But after going 3 straight swings at fastballs in the top of the zone, you think Miller would now try and incorporate an off-speed a little lower in the zone to try and get the put-away pitch on Cernius. Double play potential in order. Goes to a breaking pitch and froze him. Backwards K for out number 2.
And he's bounced back. Did give up that single a batter ago, but second strikeout of the inning. Third of his outing. Yes, he's lost the lead for the Saints, but he's battling back and showing that fight is something really big, and it shows you kind of the mentality of a pitcher.
Now Ian Nguyen. Check back to first from Miller. Connor Barth on first base after a single. And Alonzo Reyes on third base after an RBI double that he would move up to third on the Barth single. First pitch way upstairs to Win.
Andrews will kind of take the mask off for a second. Settle Miller down. That fastball was just way high. Yeah, I think getting that breaking ball incorporated, it's definitely a good recipe for Miller. And like I said, froze him on that backwards K last batter. So, could maybe use it more.
Way upstairs with the next offering from Miller. It's 2-0.
He's just been kind of off the mark with the command of the fastball, at least. I mean, bit high, and then when he gets in the zone, can't really place it where he wants to. He's going to have to start utilizing it as more as a setup pitch for that curve.
Finds the zone on the 2-0, and it's a called strike. No for Tuesday so far for Ian Nguyen. Runners on the corners and 2 out in a 4-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Miller delivers. It's high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Can still afford one more base runner, but you'd prefer not. It'd bring in outs at every base on the infield, but is another potential RBI for the Riptide to knock in. 3-1 pitch is fouled off on the right side. The count goes full. So Barth over on first base will have a head start. Saints infield on a ground ball, likely going to go across the diamond as with 2 outs. They're way ranged out. And the payoff to Nguyen is inside. That's ball 4. Bases loaded for the Riptide with 2 down.
No movement from Milam, or it does seem like there is now. That should be a call to the bullpen on the second, and it is. About to say no movement, but Saints staff, they make the move to the pen after that walk from Miller, and it's better than forcing something over the middle when the fastball just hasn't been there for Miller, so that will be his day over.
Miller is done. He's still responsible for the 3 guys on base. As in from the bullpen comes Tyler Hawkins. We'll kick it quickly to break and be right back for the rest of this bottom of bases loaded and 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Tie ball game for Reed Montgomery, the 9th batter this half inning for the Riptide against the new arm in Tyler Hawkins.
Tyler Hawkins, a new addition, only 2 appearances on the season for him as an Arroyo Seco Saint, 6'5", 210 in stature, 2 innings pitched on the year, 3 strikeouts in that last outing. Was versus the Barons a week ago.
Thrown into a bit of a jam here with 2 down and the bases loaded. Tie game, first pitch hacking is Reed Montgomery. He's been first pitch swinging all night long, both of which resulting in groundouts his first 2 times up. Now hacks at the first pitch in his 3rd plate appearance and fouls it off.
I mean, he's an aggressive bat, and this is a time where the Riptide could be aggressive. Another thing to add, Orange County leads the CCL in walks as well, so if they need to, or they see the need to start taking the pitches, they're one of the best teams in the entire league at doing that.
Reyes on 3rd, Barth on 1st, and Barth on 2nd, Nguyen on 1st, with strikeouts in between them in the batting order. On the ground to the second baseman, Immel, and getting out of the bases loaded jam is Tyler Hawkins to keep this game knotted up. The Riptide get 9 up in the 6th inning and 3 across. We're headed 4 apiece to the 7th inning, where my partner Dylan DeCesare will once again take over on the play-by-play call.
Top of the 7th. It's the Dog Days here in Irvine. Riley Horn Hattie for the last 3. I'll take you the rest of the way. Leading things off for Arroyo Seco will be Brody Cheer. Then it'll be Braden Flores and Evan Ryder. 9-1 and 2 for the Saints. They were up 4-1. Now it's 4-4. Andrew Miller giving up 3 runs in that last inning. His day is done. 1 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for the 6-7 righty. Sean York still in the game. Another 6-7 righty came in last inning. Cheer leaves it upstairs.
Yeah, we're into the home stretch now. 3 more innings to go in a brand new ball game. It's tied up, and now the Saints, after responding in the top of the 5th to the run scored in the bottom of the 4th, are going to look to respond here once again, retake that lead, and set the tone for the last couple of innings.
1-1 to Cheer. Doesn't go around, but it's a strike nonetheless on the outer part of the plate, but it'll get the call from the home plate official. Count goes 1-2 to Cheer. 1 for 2 day with a single and a fly out. That single was in that 5th inning where the Saints did bring home those 4 runs. Cheer to short. Diving play made over to first. In time. My goodness. Brock Folds. What a play. Gets that first out.
Holy smokes. I mean, do it, Brock Folds. And for Brody Cheer, you just got to tip your cap. There's nothing else you can do. You put a ball that looks like it's going through the 5-6 hole that the shortstop makes a Bobby Witt type play on. You can't do much about that.
Now to Braden Flores. Takes first pitch per usual. Not only was that, way towards his backhand side, towards his right, he dove for it, full layout, got up, and beat out the speedy Brody Cheer, who got a single on an infield single towards the third base side.
That's just the duality of baseball. I mean, you hit what's basically a routine ground ball to the third baseman and beat it out for an infield single, and then you hit one into the 5-6 hole that the shortstop makes a 1 out of every 25 try play.
1-1 to Flores outside again. It's 2-1 now from York. Fastball cutter guy sometimes puts that slider in there, but is mainly that fastball high 80s. 2-1. Flores swings through, fouls it off. We're even at 2 with 1 out. And the lineup card has flipped over. Evan Ryder is due up. And if they can get to him, Sean Asperger will be the 3-hole in the heart of the order and ready, waiting. Flores, RBI via an error. Leaves that one outside, so count will go full. Flores also grounded out and has a walk on the day. Full count for Braden Flores. 1 out. Here's York. Flores reaches down, fouls that one off for survival.
We've seen a lot of really deep counts on both sides throughout tonight. And this is just another example of that. A guy who goes up there, works his way to a full count, and then fights off some more pitches. I mean, I'm shocked we've only seen a couple of arms per side the way these pitch counts have been getting so high.
Flores taps it, chopper. On it is the shortstop. Fielded quickly. Another great play. Brock Folds, the 7th is yours. Unbelievable. Diving play to stop the speedy Cheer. Coming onto it, charging on a chopper that was pretty high. Folds makes both look easy, clearly in his repertoire.
Hey, Brock Folds, you got it, man. I mean, that is some stellar work.
All hail Brock Folds, I guess, here at Great Park. Evan Ryder now. Chopper, that one easy. Sean York, 1 over to 3. And that is 3 outs. So 1, 2, 3 go the Saints, 2 of them via the highlight reel of Brock Folds. We'll see you in the home half of the frame. Four, bottom of the 7th, OC Riptide ready to rip it. Alex Dolan, who led off last inning with a double, will lead off this inning. Then he'll go to Bradley Navarro, then Brock Folds. This is the beginning of what happened last inning where the Riptide got 3 across, tying the game at 4-4. Orange County aren't playing for their playoff hopes, have already secured the postseason, looking to secure the 1 seed and are in the driver's seat for that, as that one is way high from Hawkins for ball 2. It's 2-1 count now. Meanwhile, the Arroyo Seco Saints still fighting for a spot. We talked about it, but are battling with the Barons, who are in the top of the 5th versus the Indians now of Santa Maria, up 3-1. And Arroyo Seco, they need a win here. If the Barons win their game and the Saints can't get it done here, it becomes extremely difficult for Arroyo Seco to make it to the postseason. Hawkins, 1-2, it's high.
Yeah, with a win here tonight for the Barons and a loss for the Arroyo Seco Saints, the Saints would have to win out and the Barons would have to lose out. If the Barons win 2 of their last 5 games, they automatically clinch. The Arroyo Seco Saints can't allow them any more than 1 win.
Over to left field, running his rider. Can't get it, it will fall. So another leadoff base hit for Alex Dolan. Now 2 for 3 on the day. And OC in business yet again.
Yeah, last inning, Riptide able to tie this game up with a leadoff base hit from Alex Dolan. Now they're going to look to take the lead with another one here in the 7th inning. It's going to be time to bear down for this Saints defense and pitching staff. Don't want to give up the lead now to then only have 2 more at-bat sets to try and get it back.
Bradley Navarro, RBI double last time up, a single in his first at-bat, so 2 for 3 day for him with 1 run batted in. And his RBI as well was scorched deep into the right field corner, landing just beyond the reach of Cannon King. And King has had a lot of work out there tonight. Only been able to make 1 real solid play. The rest have just been slightly out of reach. Check on first. Keep that runner honest. Count is 0-1 still to Navarro. And he's someone I'm sure the Riptide are happy to have back. He's shown it in only about a week and a half of Riptide baseball this season. Almost gets him on the back foot. Just missing is Hawkins. But to have a guy come back when you need him most, I mean, that's got to be big for the program, especially heading into playoffs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Navarro swings at it. Over to second. Grabbed, so the lead runner is out as Mangini goes over to Flores. But reaching on a fielder's choice will be Bradley Navarro.
Yeah, and you take that there. Getting the lead out, keeping that other one on. I mean, that was an excuse me swing there from Navarro. Started the hands, then slowed him down halfway through and was lucky to get contact, really. And then Mangini making the turn, firing down to second. Good pick from Flores as well, digging it out of the dirt to get that lead out. You take that because now you get another ground ball from Brock Folds, and you could potentially turn that double play to get your team back into the dugout, go to work offensively.
Now up is the highlight reel of Irvine. Brock Folds. Pass ball towards the back stop, and will allow the runner to reach second, and Bradley Navarro. Hawkins just pulled that fastball, and Andrews couldn't do anything about it, just had to let it get to the back.
Yeah, now with a runner in scoring position for the Riptide, Folds going to try to go to work here to get that guy in. Again, Folds, 2 hits so far today, came into today, not the best hitter in this lineup, but he's been all over the Arroyo Seco Saints on both sides of the ball tonight, and he's going to look to keep that hot streak and try and give the Riptide the lead.
Strikeout single and another single that brought in an RBI last inning. This has been a Brock Folds kind of day. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Hawkins brings it to 1-2. After Folds will be Alonzo Reyes, then Ryan Castro. And it was Navarro, Folds, and Reyes that brought in back-to-back-to-back at bats. They all brought in runs. 1-2, just outside. Hawkins maybe wanted that call, but didn't get it. Tyler Hawkins as well, a guy that primarily just throws the fastball. Other pitch he's thrown all the season has been the sinker, so both variations of the fastball, but working in different ways. Gets a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Big one for Tyler Hawkins for out number 2 of this 7th.
Yeah, huge. After the wild pitch that gets the runner up to second base, you pick up a strikeout there, and now you're just 1 out away from escaping. Now Alonzo Reyes going to need a base hit to score this run and give the Riptide the lead. And with the left-handed bat of Reyes as well, it's going to be a little harder for Hawkins to try and do so. He's going to have to likely try and stay away from that fastball, go to some slow stuff here to upset the timing.
First pitch in for a strike. Reyes behind 0-1 early. 1 for 2 day with a walk and got caught stealing after that walk in the 4th inning. That one just high. 1-1. 7:30, about 2.5 hours of play time. Still a lot more left, especially in a 4-4 ball game. Hawkins can't find the zone again. 2-1. This is just really where it matters most. 5 games left. Every single run, everything matters now. Saints couldn't get it done early in the season. Now have a chance to right their wrongs. Gets a swing and a miss right there. Down on a knee was Reyes. Now counts even at 2-2. Deuces wild across the board.
And now I really think you have to stick with the soft stuff. You go first pitch changeup that Reyes stares at for a strike. Sees 2 fastballs out of the zone. Back to the soft stuff for Hawkins. Gets a swing and a miss.
Tries to back foot. Way behind Reyes. So it's a full count now.
Now you got to be really careful. Whatever you pick, it has to be in the zone. You do have an open base that you could work to with first base being unoccupied, but you'd rather just go get this guy now, try and get your team a little bit pumped up, pick up an inning-ending strikeout, use that momentum to go retake a lead.
Full count. Swing and a miss. Tyler Hawkins, runner at second. It does not matter. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the 7th. We'll head to the 8th, still 4-4.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since there's a morning, I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me tell
Top of the 8th. Last 2 innings, unless this goes longer. Sean Asperger to lead things off. Then after will be Brandon Wynn and Cannon King. That's who's due up for Arroyo Seco, 3, 4, and 5. Last inning was 1, 2, 3 from Sean York. Was coming to the game and has settled in nicely. Has seen 7, retired 6 of them.
Yeah, but I mean, just like we were talking about, Hawkins picking up that inning-ending strikeout, trying to fire his team up to get going offensively, to retake that lead, and this is the spot of the order that you want to do so. Asperger to Win and King. King, again, the reigning CCL Player of the Week. Asperger, whose bat has been super hot the past couple of games, and to Win, a guy who we know has a very strong bat in the middle portion of this lineup. Heart of the order, you want to go do something with it.
0-2 to Asperger. Over to first. Just fair. Stepped on the bag from Thomas Cernius. That's out number 1. So that's the first out for Sean York in his 3rd inning of work. Again, a guy that has a sub-1 ERA, sub-1 whip. He's been fantastic for Orange County and coming up big here. Brandon Wynn and Ian DeWin, both their last names spelled the exact same way, pronounced differently. What do you know? 0-2 to Brandon Wynn. Foul back. We'll go again.
I do know that I had a 2nd grade teacher named Mrs. Wynn.
There you go. Spelled the exact same way?
Exact same way.
There you go. There's a USC soccer player named Maya Wynn, I believe. Or might be a volleyball player. I tried to pull something, and I absolutely flopped at it. It's got to go back to the. Just got to go back.
Back to the action.
Yeah. After a pause, York and Brandon Wynn ready. 0-2. Fouled off a couple pitches. Wynn into center. It falls. A single roped right in front of the center fielder in Alex Dolan. That's a runner on for Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, and a huge pickup there for the Saints offense, turning an 0-2 count into a base hit. We've seen the Riptide do that a couple times throughout this game, and it's worked out for them. Now Arroyo Seco doing it, and they're going to look to capitalize.
Cannon King, a dangerous man. Triple today. Besides that, has got grounded out and popped down his last 2 at-bats, but we know what King can do. And this is the situation where they'll need his hitter of the week tendencies the most. Ball is live and runner goes. Tried to stretch it. So a pickoff attempt that was unsuccessful. Ball thrown back. Mistake from Sean York, and Wynn tried to be greedy and take second. Was just too late to get a beat on it. So just like that, 2 outs for the Saints in an unorthodox way. And now Cannon King has a completely different scenario. Fouled off.
Yeah, and I mean, you appreciate the aggressiveness of Brandon Wynn there, but in a tied ball game, when you're a runner on base, you know, it's a risk for sure. It's a gamble, and if it pays off, great, because you're up to second base into scoring position with a really strong RBI-capable bat in Cannon King up. But if it doesn't work out, it results in something like this where you sort of drain away that momentum from your own offense, and now it's a lot harder to get what would be the go-ahead run across with 2 gone and the bases empty.
So 0-2 and 2 outs after that situation from Wynn, getting caught. Upstairs, it's left, 1-2. And at this rate that York is going, you wonder if he can go into the 4th as well. I mean, definitely a relief guy, not a starter for Orange County, but pitch count's been pretty low. Tries to back foot, the breaking ball does not land. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in this 4-4 ball game in the 8th. King fouled off, stays alive.
Yeah, definitely a good swing there by King. You know, you look at that, if that's not a 2-strike count, you wouldn't say that's a good swing, but in a 2-strike count, that's what you need. If those pitches are borderline and you know that you're not going to get your A swing off, you take something off it, you go to a B, C, maybe even D type swing and just spoil it. Try and find one that's going to be a mistake.
2-2. King leaves it, gets hit on the foot. He'll take his walk down to first. Seems to be okay, but right off the toes. That's a walk it off. That one hurts.
Ouch. Yeah, that one
you
does
felt
not
that
feel
one.
good. Especially, you know, you have a guard on your front leg, or at least Cannon King has a guard on his front leg, and that one unfortunately skips that front leg, goes right to the back one. But in a situation, again, tied game, only a couple of innings left. There's only 4 outs to go for the Saints offensively. You know, they need all they can get, and Cannon King is certainly going to be happy to reach base and be the go-ahead run, although not going to be so happy that he's going to be in a little bit of pain.
Standing there at first, trying to get comfortable now, as Andrews in the box. Bright red bat. Has devilish intentions, I'm sure. York checks on first. Gives the quarter turn, now ready to go home. Andrews leaves it outside. Cam Andrews, 0 for 3 of 2 strikeouts on the evening. A bat-to-ball guy, looking to poke it through any of the gaps. In for a strike, 1-1. Andrews also knows how to grind out an at-bat. Saw earlier in the season, led the team in on-base percentage for quite a bit. Here's York. Andrews out to right center. Under it is the right fielder in Navarro. A solid swing, but it is gloved. Orange County get out of the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th. 4-4 ball game. Hawkins still in the game for the Arroyo Seco Saints. OC has Ryan Castro, Connor Barth, and Thomas Cernius due up. That's the 4-5-6 for them. So the heart of the order. They ended last inning with 2 strikeouts. Hawkins able to battle back and get those 2 Ks. That breaking ball way high, doesn't land. Yeah, Hawkins, since coming in that base loaded situation, got the ground out, he settled in.
Yeah, and I mean, bounced back in a great way as well. Leadoff single last inning. That was then turned into a different runner on first base with the fielder's choice, but that runner moved up to second base on a wild pitch. He then bounced back directly from that and goes back-to-back Ks, just like you mentioned. I mean, he dialed it in, and that's been the theme today, has been these pitchers have dialed in when they need it the most, turning the go-ahead run in scoring position into a left-on-base statistic for the Riptide offense.
Now one towards the first base foul side will be into the Saints bullpen. Count still 1-2. Castro 0 for 2 with a sac fly, brought in a run. Or the sacrifice ground out that brought in a run. Now on high from Hawkins. Count is even at 2-2. Over Mangini. Tries to get over to first. Hawkins was way behind him. Routine. But the Saints cannot make the play.
Yeah, I mean, you practice your PFPs for that reason. Mangini got to it with plenty of time. I mean, he had his feet planted. He was ready to fire that little bullet over to Hawkins covering the bag, but just didn't lead him enough. I mean, it turns into, on that play, you got to become a quarterback. You got to lead your wide receiver. That one, Mangini just threw it to where he was, not to where he was going to be.
Now it should be an error to Mangini. That one, high-end foul. Would you say that's more on Mangini or Hawkins? Mangini, definitely.
Hawkins did his job, you know, he getting over. Ball got to Mangini quick, so he had a lot of time. And it's obviously a pretty decently sized run for Hawkins to get all the way over there. Had the throw been on line, they would have got Castro there by a step or two easily, and, you know, the throw just a little bit offline. But now, again, these pitchers all night dialing in when it matters the most. Hawkins going to go look to pick up his guy here and roll a double play ball.
Slight pause in play, more baseballs given to the home plate umpire, Connor Barth, down 0-2. Hawkins with a runner on first via that error. Barth fouled off yet again. Has fouled off 3 straight pitches now, all to the first base side.
Yeah, now Hawkins, you know, you got to switch something up. You got to find a new location, go to a different pitch, give Barth something he hasn't seen yet this at-bat. He's been able to foul off the things that he has seen, so now you got to throw off his timing, upset his balance, do something to get that put away.
Now on high. Hawkins, you have a smile after that one. I had one to waste as well. I mean, might as well try to gun it towards the top of the zone as fast as you can.
Yeah, that might be the way to do it, too. Upset the eye levels. Go way up in the zone. Give him something that he knows he can't hit, so now you come back with something a little bit more competitive.
1-2, runner on first. Barth, foul back. Towards us, bounce off something, and a wow out of Gray Park. Beautiful sunset. Kind of see a bit of it towards or west/northwest. What a night for CCL baseball. That one high. Barth has to move slightly out of the way. Delayed reaction. Count is even at 2-2. No out, runner on first. Here's Hawkins. Barth over to left. It drops. A single for Connor Barth. Riptide have 2 on the base paths with no out.
Yeah, Barth absolutely just grinding out that at-bat. Falls down 0-2 hole quickly. Fights, spoils, sees 2 out of the zone, evens it up, and then he gets one that he can handle out of the hand of Hawkins and sends it into left field in front of Ryder. So now, you know, Hawkins, you really got to dial in, right? You get that leadoff base runner on with an error, okay, so be it. Now you give up the error and the base hit, and now things are a little different as now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. So you really got to dial things in here, give your best pitches, work your best stuff to Cernius.
Over to left, coming on is Ryder. Never mind, Flores under it. So a pop out, and that's the way to get that first out, just not productive.
Bingo, you said it exactly right. You get that first one out. I mean, infield fly rule was on nonetheless, so Cernius going down either way, whether it was caught or not, but just get the glove on it for, you know, safety precautions. But either way, exactly like you said, get that first out, get it unproductive, go do the same thing to Ian to win. Although now you could potentially get one on the ground, roll a double play, get out of the jam.
Ian to win, 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked in that 6th inning, but was left out to dry in that base-loaded situation for Orange County. One ball, no strikes. Over through the gap, rounding third are the Riptide, and barely making it, trying to stand up, didn't go for the dive. Ryan Castro scoring an RBI single for Ian to win. Riptide up 5-4 in this 8th.
Yeah, Wynn getting it done. Coming up in a big moment, hitting one the other way. Cannon King, an incredible effort. Gonna throw all the way home. Just pulled Cam Andrews a little bit up off the line and able to get out of his reach was Castro. Now, Riptide with the lead.
That run charged to Hawkins with that single. Solid swing from Nguyen. That one out to center. Brandon slightly back his cheer. Runner advancing over to third. It's cut off. So now a runner 90 feet away with 2 outs. And that was a fly out from Reed Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, the most aggressive bat in this lineup. Montgomery has had 4 plate appearances tonight and has only seen 5 pitches. So he goes up hacking, and Hawkins knew that. He knew that Montgomery
1-0. So we're getting some early work in the bullpen for the Arroyo Seco Saints as Lincoln Lyons of Occidental College. We'll see if his work starts to ramp up and if Hawkins can also get out of this inning, but he would presumably be the next pitcher to make an appearance for the Saints. Count goes 1-1 on Dolan. Saints need to use their best arms in this last 5-game push of the season. Cannot leave anything on the table. Dolan, that's a strike. Count goes 1-2. 1 out away from getting out of this inning. But the Saints offense, they know in the top half of the next frame they need to come up big. One, two. Dolan over to second. Immel fielded cleanly, and they're out of it. A run does come across via the RBI single from Ian Nguyen. Saints have 3 more outs to get a run, to at least tie it, and get back in this one. We'll head to the 9th. Three more outs for Arroyo Seco. Their season on the line. It's not over if they can't get this one, but they need it. They want it here in Irvine. It's a new pitcher as well for Orange County to close things out. It's Brandon Weiland.
Yeah, a guy with 9 appearances all out of the pen. Pretty high leverage guy. Short reliever, just 12 innings through 9 appearances. A 3 ERA flat with 11 strikeouts. No saves. Looking for his first one on the summer with 3 outs left to go with his team having a 1-run lead.
7-8-9 for Arroyo Seco in this 9th. Immel, Mangini, and Shear. These guys have collectively had 4 hits and 2 RBIs. Those 2 RBIs coming from the home run of Mangini in the 5th inning. In first strike, it's 1-1. It's been a great game here at Great Park. Saints looking to extend it. Do not want the night to be over. Count goes 2-1. And we'll have a triple and a single on this evening. Downhill, doesn't land. 3-1. Weiland behind. Is the fastball slider guy. That fastball sitting practically at 90 in that slider. Certainly a dangerous pitch. (3-1). That one high and outside. Leadoff walk for Dylan Immel brings up Mangini.
Huge first at-bat there to lead off this 9th inning. Drawing a walk, finding a way to get on base. When you're chasing, you need to rally. You get on base by any means necessary, and you just give the bat to the next guy in line. That's exactly what Immel does. Draws the walk, now gives it to Mangini, who already has one of the biggest swings of the night so far, looking to give it another one.
2 strikeouts and a 2-run homer. Something for Weiland to be wary of. Runner at first and Immel. Throw is high. Riptide very aware of Immel's speed as well. is this a place where you even tempt a steal, or you're just staying here?
I think you have to stay. I don't think you can risk getting the now tying run that's on base getting thrown out on the base pass.
1-0. Weiland to Mangini. 2-0 now.
Now we're going to have to be careful is Mangini. He knows this is a big situation. He knows this is a big spot, and he's in a 2-0 count. He can't be thinking too big here, because the second your mind as a hitter goes to home run mode, that's when you come swinging out of your shoes and you pull your head and you come up empty. You got to keep it simple. Just get bat to ball.
In for a strike. Weiland gets one back. Fastball so far in this very short outing of Weiland. Been a bit haywire. Hasn't had the exact command. Walked the first guy. We'll check over to Immel, that man that he walked. Got the ball back, maybe a way to settle himself down as well. After Mangini will be Brody Cheer. Mangini swings all the way through. Big swing. Didn't get any of the baseball. It's 2-2.
2-strike count now. Again, got to simplify even more. Just put bat to ball. I mean, you poke one through the infield here. That's useful. That's a productive at-bat. You got the middle infielders playing double play depth, so those 5, 6 hole, 3, 4 hole, they open up a little bit. You just got to keep it simple, get a ball in play.
Check to Immel. Barely behind. That was a close one. Immel dancing off the bag. Tempting Weiland and the first baseman as well of Cernius. Might be on to him. To home. Mangini swing and a miss. A strikeout for Weiland. That's the first out on Owen Mangini. From Mangini, it'll go to Brody Cheer. Reach on an infield single so far today, but something on the infield could be the end of this affair. So it has to get us out of there, at least to some outfield grass. Cheer swings through, fouls it back.
Like the aggressiveness there from Cheer. You know, you got to find a way on base. Got to find something here with one gone that that ideally isn't a ground ball to the middle infielders. You got to get one into a gap, got to get one over their head to the outfield, something.
Swings through. Weiland, despite that first at-bat walk, has battled back. A strikeout last batter he faced, and now ahead 0-2. One out as well. Immel at first. Checks on Immel. He's now dancing a bit closer to the bag. Maybe not looking to even tempt anything. But Weiland wants to keep him honest. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the 9th. Cheer up the middle, high chopper, hopping over to second, not in time to first. Didn't even tempt the throw. But a good play by Connor Barth to leap high, get that chopper, and bring it back down to earth to get the lead runner.
Yeah, it's a really heads-up play there. You can't panic in that situation. You know that's a high chop. Both guys got pretty decent wheels. You got to get a ball, or you got to get an out, rather. So you keep it simple. You just flip to your shortstop partner and get the lead out. Good idea as well not to try and turn it. No chance to get Cheer over at first base. You can't risk an airmail down there and get a runner up to scoring position. So a great job by the Riptide infield to get that second one. Now the Saints got to rally from the top of the order.
Top of the order, like you said, it's Braden Flores. Didn't take that first pitch like he often does. Swung through, didn't get any of it. Check over to Cheer. Gets the foot in there, he's way safe. That fastball as well on Flores. It was tempting. But 92 on the gun. Solid stuff from Weiland. Flores over to second, scooped, flipped, and that's the ball game. The Riptide were down 4-1, but made a comeback. The Saints got 4 unanswered scored on them. Orange County 5, Arroyo Seco 4.
Yeah, and I mean, what it comes down to today is the Saints' offense not necessarily as consistent as they would have liked it. They put up 1 4-run inning back in the 5th and went scoreless every other frame besides that. And they're going to need a little more consistency from that offense to try and turn tonight into a win for the Riptide. Great job for them. Battling back, putting up a 3-spot to tie it in the 6th, 1 in the 8th to go ahead, and then holding that lead. And now for the Saints, it becomes crunch time. They take the loss tonight with the Academy Barons leading 3-1 over the Santa Maria Indians in the top of the 7th down there in Compton. For the Saints to get a playoff picture now, they are going to have to win out, and assuming the score remains the same in favor of the Barons are going to have to lose out. So things get a lot harder from here for Arroyo Seco.
Exactly. You said it. Saints know the mission, know the task at hand. But can they make it happen? That'll do it for us here at Gray Park. Again, a 5-4 scoreline. Arroyo Seco dropping this one in the Irvine Knights. Tomorrow they will play Orange County, but back home at Jackie Robinson. 5:35 first pitch. It will be me and Max Langer on the call for that one. So tune in then for more Saints baseball. I've been Dylan DeCesare. He's Riley Horn for our producer, Luke Saruma. This has been Arroyo Seco Saints baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Have a good night.